Ethical censorship is real, and it's happening to one 2024 presidential candidate. The New York Society for Ethical Culture canceled Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s event with Rabbi Shmuley scheduled for tomorrow night. Now let's bring in 2024 presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and America's Rabbi Shmuley Boteach. Rabbi, known as the most popular rabbi in America. So you have this event. I mean, an outsider like me would say the event was to show that Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is not anti-Semitic like some of the tropes on the left and some of the losers on the left are trying to paint. It's a great idea, and yet it gets canceled by this group. Tell us about it.
Canceled less than 24 hours before it takes place. I apologize for the macabre lighting. I'm in a Italian hotel room waiting to take a flight in the morning to come back for this event. I get a call from Elizabeth Singer, the president of the Society for Ethical Culture. This is precious little society, absolutely no ethics, and give me a break about their culture. Stifling freedom of speech is an abomination to American values. All of us should be concerned about the kind of country that we are now living in, that a presidential series featuring candidates from the major parties to discuss issues of concern to America at large and the Jewish community in particular, combating anti-Semitism, standing up for Israel, freedom and democracy in the Middle East, is canceled by an organization. This is what they wrote to us. They said that your program is, quote, inconsistent with the kind of programming that we support and promote. Now, this school, Society of Ethical Culture, is famous for being the training ground for Robert Oppenheimer, the creator of the atomic bomb. And the biggest movie in America is out right now about how a corrupt government agency tried to stifle him, censor him, crush him, destroy him. Is that what's happening here as well? Had they learned nothing? Let me just be clear. Whatever you think about Robert Kennedy, he is not an anti-Semite. That is a reputational lynching. It's a lie. You could disagree with him on many things, but to slander and libel people saying they are something they are not as a means of censorship is unacceptable in a vibrant democracy. And we're going to hold the Society for Ethical Culture very, very accountable for the damages they've inflicted.
Let's just do it right here, guys. I don't think anyone's ever said this here. I ask you, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., does Israel have the right to exist? Do they have statehood? And should they be exactly where they are? And would you recognize Israel as a state as president?
Of course I would. I'd also kill the Iran deal. I'd also, Israel is a shining oasis of democracy in a sea of totalitarianism. If you are a woman, if you are a gay, if you are a Palestinian or of any other religion, it's the only place where you, in the Mideast, where you can safely criticize your government, where you can practice religion no matter what the religion is, where you can get fair trials in courts, where Palestinians sit on the Supreme Court of Israel, where they serve in the legislature. And there's no place in the Mideast where Jews sit on the Supreme Court of any other nation or would be allowed to serve in those legislatures.
I think that kind of clears it up. Anyone who's still got an issue with whether or not Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is anti-Semitic should look for something else to be outraged about. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Rabbi Shmuley Boteach, thank you both so much for joining us.